Hi, my name is Amina, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through a quick UX analysis of Slack. Here's the Slack logo on the right side for those who are wondering. I'll focus on two usability principles and one accessibility principle, and I'll use real examples from my messages for each principle from the Slack mobile app to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, moving on, what is Slack? Slack is basically a communication app for groups, teams, and organizations. It organizes conversations into channels for different groups and also has DMs and group chats. You can also share files, links, and updates, so it becomes that main communication hub. And the best part about Slack, it is accessible on desktop and mobile devices, as you can see on the right images that I shared. This makes it more accessible to people. Now, starting off with the usability principles, these are so important because they define how efficiently and comfortably people can complete tasks through design choices. Within this principle, I want to focus on permit easy retrieval of actions. This principle takes human mistakes into consideration, as we should because human can make mistakes, and that's okay. As much as possible, actions should be reversible through editing, deleting, and undoing. And this feature relieves users from anxiety since users know that errors can be undone and encourages users to explore new options. The example of Slack I'm sharing supports this principle. On the screen, I'm focusing on the message options menu in the three images that you can see. And when we press and hold a message, Slack gives us clear choices like delete message, like in the first picture, edit message, as in the second image, and more actions in the third image. And all these options allow reversibility. So if we make a typo, we can quickly edit it. If we send something in the wrong place, that's okay because we can delete it without having to dig through settings, which makes recovery feel fast and low stress. And I love this feature about Slack. Moving on to reduce short-term memory load. This principle is about if we cannot remember everything at once. The interface should keep important info and actions easy to access so users don't have to rely on memory to get things done. Basically, it's saying that we should prevent that feeling of, wait, where did that go? So we don't have that cognitive load. And while Slack supports this principle with threads, as you can see right here, it doesn't always fully reduce memory load overall. The thread's image shown on the right gathers recent replies in one place and clearly shows where each message came from. For example, this reply right here at the bottom is labeled as coming from the mentorship channel. However, Slack also deviates from this principle when there are too many channels, as you can see on the right. In big classes or organizations, the channel list can get long, and I'll zoom it in for you. And the user can end up relying on their short-term memory, like trying to remember which channel did I put that information in. That's extra mental effort and that deviates from the principle. Moving on to accessibility principles, this principle is also really important because it defines guidelines that make sure that product works for people with different abilities and needs. My accessibility principle is understandable, which means that the interface should feel clear, readable, and not confusing. Users should be able to understand what's happening and what things mean, what to do next without having to guess all the time. One key part of understandable is predictable, meaning the interface behaves consistently so users aren't surprised, especially when navigating through the website. This is according to the WCAG Guideline 3.2, which also highlights that navigation and interactive components should not cause unexpected changes unless the user directly initiates that change. Slack supports this principle right here through its bottom navigation bar as shown in this picture. The main options like home, DMs, activity, and more, they stay in the same place and in the same order. So if you end up getting lost in the mobile app version of Slack, you can always make your way back home. And this kind of consistency makes the app easier to learn and faster to use. Now on to the conclusion. We looked at Slack through two usability principles and one accessibility principle. Slack supports easy recovery with edit and delete, but on the other hand, Slack deviates from the reducing short-term memory principle when it has too many channels. However, for accessibility, Slack takes the win because it supports understandable through consistent navigation of a bottom navigation bar. Overall, I would argue that Slack is an amazing app to use, and I'll continue using it in the future. And just to sum it up, these are the sources that I used for the principles. And that is all. Thank you for watching.